Welcome back to Sustained Overruled. I am the anonymous attorney. I'm about 3 minutes behind schedule. I had to get my notes. You know how it is. I have to get my notes. Okay, so day 160 of the YSL trial, at least the first part of that trial. All right, in this video, I would like to focus on YSL Obama. And let's see, I wanted to talk about the watch a little bit. We'll see if we actually have time to talk about the watch. But other than that, you know how it goes. We're just going to skip through most of these witnesses. I need to find my timestamp. So the first witness to take the stand was Francisco, APD Crime Lab. So we're going to, I believe that's her. We are just going to skip through her.
On that firearm.
Yes, sir.
What is the serial number?
Serial number is
All right, so let's see.
409-184.
I believe this is the second.
I'm guessing you don't have serial numbers memorized. Is that fair to say?
Is the detective
we're looking at your report to refresh on the serial number of the gun you collected?
Yes.
One moment. And I hate to be this type of person, but Kayla Bumpus and Taisha Alexander, they have been living rent-free in my head all freaking day. Like all day, I've been thinking about them. I've been thinking about Taisha's testimony from yesterday or last night. She was unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. But let's get in here. We're trying to find Obama. Who's this? I can barely see. Oh, this is, thought he had very impressive credentials. This officer over here. One moment. Okay. I kind of want to talk about this detective or officer, but we're going to.
Burnout. We all experience it at some point. It's so important to me that I've actually been working on it in therapy. In fact, with the help of BetterHelp, I've learned certain tactics and strategies.
Obviously, we need the chat going. We need the chat going. I guess everybody's excited.
Antonio Sumner, ANTONIO SUMLIN.
And Mr. Sumner, how old are you?
34.
And are you employed?
Not right now.
Where are you from?
Atlanta, Georgia.
And what part of Atlanta?
All right, so a little background on YSL Obama. He was a co-conspirator, co-defendant in this YSL trial, okay? But he ended up taking a plea. So he pled guilty a little over a year ago. He pled guilty to, a single count of conspiracy to violate the RICO Act, and then 2 counts of conspiracy to commit a crime and participation in criminal street gang activity. So a little background. He was a part of this trial, but he pled out. And then as of, what month is this? November, about a month ago, the DA's office sought to revoke his bond and probation. Allegedly, he was caught shoplifting. I know I was going to go into this spiel about probation and the standard that they have to meet in order to revoke, but we're not even going to do that. We're going to let him testify.
The Cleveland Avenue area.
Okay. And if you're going to swing.
One thing about this man, he is nervous. The nerves. They got him. They have a chokehold on him.
I need you to speak in your mic. So are you a little nervous?
A little.
A lot.
That's yeah.
Well, don't swing in your chair just so that the jurors can hear you, okay?
And I have not watched most of this testimony, by the way, because I was working.
You say you're from the Cleveland Avenue area?
I'm nervous.
Yes, ma'am.
And
you can move that mic and pull it closer to you if you want, or if that would help.
And what part of the Cleveland Avenue area were you raised?
Somebody said proud red alert.
mean, like the Mount Zion.
Man.
And do you have a nickname?
Yes,
What's your nickname?
Obama.
And how'd you get the nickname
Because he's presidential.
Obama?
That man is
How'd you get the nickname
presidential.
Obama?
really was just playing around, growing up, and it just stuck with me. It just
You scared.
stuck.
As you were growing up in the Cleveland Avenue area, did you ever hear of a gang called Rock?
And then somebody, I don't know, comment, it went by so quickly, but they said that the DA's office is gonna violate him anyway, so he might as well stay solid.
Yes, I heard the Rock Crew.
Okay. And how did you know about Rock Crew?
I mean, it was just it was just a little. It was popular where I was from, like where I was growing up.
Were you part of Rock Crew?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Did you know someone by the name of Quentin Porter?
Yes.
And did you also call him Boo or Big Boo?
Yes, ma'am.
When did you join or become affiliated with Rock Crew?
Somebody said more like Shamar. He does actually favor Shamar a little bit.
2006, 2007.
How old were you?
So I saw a comment here. I guess that makes sense. I saw a comment saying that this is Ashley Merchant's client. Ashley Merchant is an attorney out of Georgia. She appeared, I don't remember which defendant she represented, but she represented one of the defendants in the Georgia election interference trial. I don't think it was Donald Trump, though. I don't think. It's been a while since I paid attention to that case. But okay, some background.
16, 17.
And at some point, did Rock Crew transition into YSL?
Some people stayed Rock Crew. Some people went YSL.
This man is so nervous. I find it hard to believe that YSL is not a gang. There's absolutely no reason why he should. I mean, there is a reason why he'd be this nervous. But based off what all these witnesses have been saying and what they've been trying, or at least convincing themselves, about YSL not being a gang, you can tell he is terrified about being labeled a rat.
Okay. What did you do?
I mean, both of them from the area, so I mean, I never really picked a side. I really just.
Did you ultimately just claim both? I'm Rock Crew and I'm YSL.
I mean, yeah, okay. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
He's respectful, though. I like that.
What was the reason for the change between Rock Crew to YSL?
And I was literally about to say Taisha was respectful too. These people are living rent-free in my head.
So.
I really think, like, from my.
You can tell Shardt doesn't want that information to come out.
Do you know why there was a change from Rock Crew to YSL?
I don't call it like 15 something years.
No, you don't know.
I didn't hear you.
I say I don't call it like 15 something years ago.
Okay.
Man.
Now, is YSL a gang?
Me personally, I never looked at it as a gang.
What does that mean?
What did you look at it as?
I had a friend.
Somebody said he looks like he want to snitch.
Friend that when I came home from prison, he was successful. So I thought I was a part of something successful.
When did you go to prison?
2013.
Was YSL formed before you went to prison?
We're just going through this direct. What I really want to focus on, as always, is the cross-examination. Yeah, I'll reserve my comments until then.
Yes, I can. Yes, yes.
And the person that you're saying, a friend who was successful, who are you speaking of?
Mr. Williams.
Is that Jeffrey Williams?
Yes.
Now, you went to prison in 2013. Before going to prison, was he successful?
He had a boss.
Comments are telling him to breathe and everything because he is nervous.
I wouldn't say successful, but he most definitely had a buzz. Like his name was getting out there.
And was YSL formed before he had the buzz?
I don't know, call it. I don't know.
What does YSL stand for?
I mean, you can use it in any kind of way.
That's what they've all been saying.
Young successful living, young stoner lifestyle, young slime life.
Before you went to prison, how were you using YSL?
2003.
Somebody said that he needs to loosen the tie. Yeah, because he needs to breathe. He needs to take it easy.
Before, when I went to prison, it was young slime life, 2013.
And do you actually have YSL tattooed on your body?
Yes, ma'am.
And do you have Slime Life tattooed on your body?
Yes, ma'am.
Permission to approach?
You may.
All right, so I'm going to fast forward.
In particular.
Hold on.
Do you have anything similar to your Slime Life tattoo? Do you have anything similar?
They're talking about tattoos. I want to get close
I
to
can't say nobody was just selling drawers outside the well. Like I wasn't even selling drawers at the well. Like I go to the store, but like
man,
I don't know nothing about no guns. I don't.
That man cannot breathe.
Yeah, I used to see some people like visit. Some people come there, but there wasn't no YSL. Like there wasn't.
I think this is the trap house. I believe that's what he was testifying to.
YSL like spot like it wasn't no YSL spot.
Did members of YSL congregate at 2830 Waters Road?
Yes, we used to meet up before shows and before we go out and perform. Yes, yes, we don't.
Is 2830 Waters Road another location where drugs are sold out of?
What a mess. Is this where he admits?
Drawer probably sold out of drawer probably.
Drugs probably or drugs were?
Like,
Dang. Breathe.
I mean, they probably were like I'm not watching nobody like.
Did YSL members sell drugs out of 2830 Waters Road?
He did. I think that's what he said.
I sold drawers out there.
Thank you for that. Did YSL members sell drugs out of 2830 Waters Road?
Dang.
Yes.
He gave in. That man gave in.
Did YSL member keep guns at 2830 Waters Road?
I don't know nothing about no guns. I don't know nothing about no gun.
Yeah, man, he needs to breathe.
Permission to approach.
All right, let's.
You may. Go ahead.
What's wrong with Paige?
Yes.
The witness or me?
No, I wasn't approached to witness, but I thought you were
Yes, you
asking
may. No.
Girl,
for.
It's a big fear right now. If
this I don't understand. I do not understand why. I don't know.
I'm going to show you what's been marked as Stacey Exhibit 418 VB. Do you recognize 418?
The line clearly
Yes.
tells you that your calls
I mean,
or
you
all
showed too
calls
clearly.
are recorded.
Is that the jail call?
I mean, I thought you showed me 3 discs. I thought yeah, you say jail call.
Have you heard the jail call?
Yes, early.
All right. Yeah, and this time the state would like to tender and admit 418 VV into evidence.
Already submitted without a question.
Permission to publish?
You may.
Man, that man nervous. All right, come on, folks. Come on. Publish. Let's get going. I'm trying to get to cross. I should not be laughing at that. I'm not even going to read that out loud. Come on, Simone. Breathe. I think we're getting closer to cross. Let me see. Oh, yep. We're pretty close to cross examination. And that's really where we're trying to that's where we're trying to get. Come on. Can you please play? I don't want to go too far. Oh, he's leaning in, so we need to hear that. Come on, play the video. Play the video. Oh, excuse me. Come on. It's kind of loud. And then somebody says, if you say you wouldn't take a plea deal, you got to tell me you've experienced whatever jail he was in first. But that is true. Sometimes people just want to get out.
oh no! Is that Obama? Oh yeah, that's why he's tall. Hold on. Oh
Come on.
Yo, what's up, man? What's up? What's going on?
I think his mouth is quivering or something. This man is nervous.
What the hell you got going on, my brother? Shit, just popped out. I had court today, bro. I've been stressing, boy. I got a warrant with Ned, shout. And goddamn, I went to court this morning. I ain't bring that shit up, so I'm back out now. I'm sending up some shit right now. Me, Ted, and Rose, send some shit up. They got some bad. You know what I mean? Soon as that shit go through, I'm gonna bless you, bro. Seen about 500 now. How much the phones is? You know, I'm in Rice Street, son. I know, nigga, they got a phone down there. Yeah, that shit upstairs though. Oh, it's upstairs. What's going on? They got me on PC with the boy Luch. Oh, there's on PC.
Is this the call? I think this is, if I'm not mistaken, I believe this is the call they were claiming he is the I don't know. They were trying to make it seem as if he's the big dog and had to give permission for Lucci to get stabbed or something along those lines.
Huh?
Now, find out what I can get for that, bro.
Get what?
What?
You know what I'm talking about?
I know what you can get for.
I just told you why I'm at.
Okay, so what you need me to do?
And in all honesty, if I'm gonna go back to, I believe it was yesterday, during Shardt's cross. It's not even just yesterday. If we go back to the, what is this? The Enterprise witness, the records custodian for Enterprise. If we go back to, I think he was one of the, was an expert that testified yesterday. I'll have to go through my notes. Anyways, what was his role? Believe it had something to do with cell phone data, GPS tracking, things of that nature. Shardt, throughout this trial, he had been trying to make it seem as if, oh, actually, the one that's on point would have to be the GPS monitoring. He tried to make it seem as if his client was always aware that he was being monitored. And because the client was aware he was being monitored, under no circumstances would he engage in criminal conduct while on GPS monitoring. But obviously, if we are to go with that narrative, it does not, people don't always think like that, right? Because jail calls, they tell you, even on the wall, they posted on the wall that your calls are monitored. Yet, Obama, and he's not the only one though. This is not uncommon for defendants to be discussing not just their cases but criminal activity over a recorded line.
Find out what I can get, man. I just told you who I'm in the going with.
What you going with?
Lucci, nigga.
Oh, you in the drawing?
Yeah.
No, I'm finna make a call right now. I'm gonna let you know. I'm gonna let you know when you gonna be able to call back.
I call back anytime, bro. I've been trying to call you, bro. Bro, I know if one nigga gonna make sure nigga straight, bro, Obama gonna do it, bro. Obama gonna make sure nigga do it.
Man, yeah, you know that, but we got down. I'm finna just put some. I'm finna put something in some folk ear and see. You know what I mean? What they gonna send to you? You got down. What you want?
I need a lawyer, bro. I need a lawyer answer right.
Yeah. You do, and that's a big fear right there. If you get that boy, so shit. I don't see nobody not fucking with you, bro. If you handle that business, bro.
That's what I'm saying, bro. I was trying to get dollar numbers so I can holler at Slime, man. I know I was gonna holler at him about that shit on the phone, but he gonna catch a nigga drift just like you did caught my drift.
I'm gonna pull up to the Yoda tonight.
He does a lot of stuttering, just like me.
Just pull it out. I'm pull up to the Yoda tonight.
That bitch, man, that bitch ass supposed to be sending me something, bro.
I'm gonna pull a shout to the side on some one-on-one shit and just ask him, shout.
Hey, yeah, bro. And tell him my situation too, bro. I already know he done heard about it.
You know I'm gonna tell him, bro. You know I'm gonna tell him I got you, bro.
Yeah. Who all right now?
Yeah, me, Chill, Rose, Chill.
Look, hey, tell Rose, be on the phone. Who it is? That big bread line, man.
I cannot believe.
Man, stop playing on me, boy.
I just cannot believe they were saying all of this
What's up, nigga?
on a recorded line.
How you doing, man? You good?
Yeah, just nigga trying to make it. I ain't complaining. I'm alive, man.
I'm gonna get something for you. Give me like Monday. I got you.
Hey, What they going?
Too.
If you can cash up, you can cash up to my baby mama. But goddamn, if you want to like drop it off, it's my girl staying in Lakewood.
All right. Obama got the number?
Yeah.
All right, my phone there. I'm getting my Obama. I got you.
Hey, yeah, man.
Just hold your head, nigga.
Oh, yeah, you know, I was good.
It's a terrible word.
Huh?
You ain't talk line.
Nah, they got me on PC with the op boy.
Oh, PC.
Yeah, they got me.
And that man wants to cry.
They got me right here with Lucci.
And I don't blame him.
No.
He's in a tough spot.
Tell me, give you something now.
Huh?
And somebody said it was this moment he realized or he knew he, effed up.
Tell me, give you something now.
Man, I'm trying to holler at slime, man.
Even his hands.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Yo.
Yeah.
Yeah, hey, Obama.
Dang.
Yo.
Hey, yeah, though, man, just make sure you do that, though. I know you're going to make sure they're good, but I mean, goddamn. Cause,
I already know, bro. I already know the situation, bro. But
yeah.
like, if I busted some of these folks, you know what I mean, let you handle their business. And if I want you to handle their business, then goddamn.
And he's out here shaking.
Yeah. You know, hey, when you get a chance, call me back, bro. So I can talk to you one-on-one.
That's what I keep saying with how nervous this man is. I refuse to believe that YSL is not a gang because it doesn't make sense. I don't know. Yeah.
A lot of ears around.
All right, goddamn, yeah, that's so. Hey, who right there with the cash up, man?
One of y'all they got cash up. I got cash up. I ain't got nothing on it right now, baby, bro.
Oh, man. Yeah.
So, girl, tell her to lock me in. As soon as I get someone cash up, I see some.
Man, this man is shaking like a mother. He is shaking.
All right, bro.
Love y'all.
Nerves.
I love you back, bro.
And we'll stop playing it.
Obviously, he's no longer on the stand right now, but I can tell you without a doubt, this man he's not sleeping tonight. He's not sleeping tonight.
11:18 into the call. My first, do you know why Mr. Eppinger was in jail?
Oof. Somebody said shaking like a stripper. I don't know about all that.
Allegedly.
And then somebody up here said Page's gonna get ready to say NGA again.
Were you aware of a shooting of a police officer on Cleveland Avenue in February of 2022?
Yes, I heard about it.
Sheesh. We're really trying to get to cross-examination. I don't want to get ahead of myself. Okay, that's about probably 10 minutes in.
And did you have any knowledge if Mr. Eppinger
10 minutes away
was a part of that shooting?
I know he was arrested for it.
Now, on that call, Mr. Eppinger reached out to you to get permission to stab Lucci?
I mean, yeah, he called me. Yes, he called me.
Do you know why he would have to call to get permission to stab Lucci?
Why?
I mean, that's another conversation. I left where it was. I never took the next step to reach out to nobody.
I cannot hear you.
Hurt nobody. I just idle conversation. I was just talking to be talking. I didn't.
I understand. My question is though, do you know why he would have to get permission to go stab Lucci?
He ain't got to get permission. He a grown man. He can do what he want to do.
So why was he calling you to get permission?
I feel for this man.
Sustained.
I feel for this man.
When he was asking for permission, who did he want you to reach out to?
I don't know. I said I put some in the. I know. I just replied like I put some in a couple people's ears. So
Who were the couple people's ears that you were going to put something into?
nobody.
When he says that I've been trying to get Dolly so I could talk to Slime, who's Dolly?
Mr. Williams have a sister named Dolly.
And then who is Slime?
To my in the car. I guess he referring when he said. I guess he put Slime and Dolly in the same sentence. So I just assumed he was talking about Mr. Williams.
My goodness.
Going back to your plea agreement, did you tell us who Slime was in that call when you took your plea?
Can I see the plea?
That's actually a good question, because if he did not ask who Slime or whatever was, that signals that he actually does know the identity, even though he's kind of playing dumb right now. Dang, dude. How'd you get yourself in
So
here?
you're getting page 420 BV. I'm gonna direct you to page 3,
Yeah, we need to see.
3 of 6, and you can just read this to yourself first. We're gonna look at number 11.
You can see that Shardt's demeanor today is very different from yesterday. I don't know what he had going on yesterday. He was a bit, I don't know if it was nerves or something, or maybe it's just that fire, but he was very jittery, could not keep peace and still.
You said probably, I assume. I'm asking you, who was it?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear what he said at first.
What did he say? I didn't hear it either. I think he said, like, I just told you that or something. Did you get it,
I
Madam
said I
Clerk?
just told you. I mean, I
Yeah,
just told her who.
Speak up.
Did you say you assumed who it was, or was it Slime?
I just like from the conversation, I just put 2 and 2 together. He put Slime and Dolly in the same sentence, so I just figured he was talking about Mr. Williams. I know.
Dang,
When you
baby.
said you were gonna pull up to the yo, what were you referring to?
I was talking about the studio, but I was lying.
Oh, okay. That's line
And
I've
when you
never
were
heard of
lying,
before.
what were you telling him you were gonna pull up to the studio and do?
I probably was saying to yo just to make him think that I was gonna pull up on Mr. Williams, but I never really gonna pull up on Mr. Williams. I'm
Man.
never gonna go ask him that like that. I don't even know if they know each other, so I know I wasn't gonna go ask him that like that.
Did you tell him, or did he tell you that he just needed a lawyer for that?
Yeah. Did he?
Yes, he said that in the car.
And did you tell him that would be a big fee if you get that?
I was just talking, man. I was just.
You cannot tell me that YSL is not a gang. Under no circumstances. I mean, the word gang is used, I believe, probably loosely, but in this instance, YSL, I don't know. This sounds like gang activity. This is beyond just criminal. Having to check in and get permission.
Now, in that call, did you also say that Funk just pulled off?
These names. Funk.
Yes, I think I said that in the car.
Who is Funk?
Who is Funk?
Yes.
Funk.
Okay. And is Funk also Mr. Williams' brother?
Yes.
This man ain't sleeping tonight. Nope. That's crazy.
Now, back in 2022, when this phone call took place, was YSL having a beef with YFN?
What's why I said having a beef with YSL?
You heard the question.
I mean, I had a problem with them.
What was your problem with YFN?
They had them just killed my friend.
Mm.
I mean, I ain't saying they had what it. I don't know who, but people were trolling like they killed one of my friends. So like, it's just something I took personal. I can't say how everybody else felt.
And is that, are you referencing
your friend?
Mr. McMillan, Mr. Ford?
Yes.
Now, do you know someone by the name of Kenneth Copeland?
Woody Woo.
Yes.
And does he have a nickname?
But Wood.
And do you know someone by the name of Zay?
Zay.
Yes.
Yes.
And have you been in conversations with Zay about Woody being harmed in prison because of his status with YSL?
Yes, I heard the phone call earlier.
And have you had the opportunity to listen to that phone call?
Yes.
All right. Showing you what's been marked as 422 VV.
This man is
You recognize the initials on 422 VV.
Yes.
And how do you recognize it?
I signed it.
And is that the call that we were just referencing with the viewings that?
Yes.
Around this time, the state would like to admit 422 VV.
Admitted.
And permission to publish.
Yeah.
And while that is getting loaded, were you arrested for the charges in this indictment, 22 SC 183-572?
Yes.
All right. And where were you arrested at? Not an address, but
in the cab.
Was it a house, an apartment, or something else?
A house.
And when you were arrested, did the officers who came arrest you, did they take pictures inside of your home?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. And did they find a bandana and a gun inside the house?
Yes, that's what they found.
Did they find the gun underneath a bed or a mattress?
You're leading them. You are leading.
I mean, I had Jake came to the house. So yes, I guess they did.
And was that a picture of the bandana and the gun that was found when they arrested you?
Yes, but
what?
That's what they found. I'm wrong. I ain't wearing no bandana. I'm not having no bandana.
Oh yeah.
Was the bandana found in the room that you were in?
The room that they said I was sleeping in, yes.
Is that the bandana? Is that the gun that was found in the room that they say that you were sleeping in?
Yes.
You're at this time the state would like to admit 416 VV and 417 VV.
Is your admitted? All right, admitted.
Somebody out here said that Hilton finally has the jury paying attention or something along those lines. These commercials. Sheesh. But he seems a bit more comfortable right now. He's not as nervous as he was at the very beginning of his testimony.
Yo, gang. Yo, by Mr. Beats, I hear.
I've been dog.
I know. Listen, man. I just got a phone with a boy, Woody, right?
Yeah.
Woody just coming down the road, right? So, boom. They did jump on him. They did that. But he was like, they tried to put him on the door and all that. But he said the gang tag boy came and talked to him and all that shit. So he thug right here, man. And long story short, he basing on some, bro, that YSL shit over with, bro. Nigga got to start a whole new name. Like, that how he coming at me, like, bro, that shit so fucking hot right now, bro. He like, bro, you gonna go to jail, bro. Niggas going to jail, bro. Them folks trying to lock nigga ass up, boy. This shit, see, niggas in jail no more than us because we on the street.
Yeah.
Freelancing. They know because them folks putting up on them folks. You feel what I'm saying?
Sure.
Okay.
Bro, nigga really got to backstage this shit for a little bit, like, really not even, like, not I'm not giving up on game, period. It's just like, it's so much going on, this shit, bro. Like, bro, it's so much going on, bro. Like, yeah, it's a lot going on with that shit, boy.
Yeah, I think they got 5 of that.
That's how.
They got kind of fall back there. There's so much going on. Like,
Yeah.
I talked to Woody. He called me because he was like, bro, babe, bro, about 3 niggas done push up on me, talking about your name, talking about what? I'm on the
Yeah, somebody also said that he's loosening up. He's definitely got a bit more
fake
comfortable.
Woody. Them folks pushing up on Woody. Them folks trying to get some straining down there about Shardt. You feel me? Because I heard he got jumped on. I sent word down. I'm like, bro, y'all need to eat anything that's up. You feel me?
Yeah.
Them folks pushing up on me. Woody finally called like, babe, boy, you hell. But he like, boy, I'm proud of you. Boy, I'm like, what? He was like, boy, hey.
Another person said treated it like a gang.
Hey, man.
Too much going
no
on.
business, you feel me? So I go and tell him about you. I'm like, man, Obama
Too
got
much
no
going
business.
on.
He was like, oh, yeah, Shardt one the one. I'm like, yeah, that's my man, you feel me?
Yeah.
Yeah, though, but I was just telling him how niggas put up, niggas ain't outside. So he was like, man, he said, hey, bro, I know that, bro. He like, bro, niggas ain't, everybody ain't like that, bro. You give me the rundown, like, you know, Woody one of the niggas who I really just sit down and listen to. Because Shardt really smart.
Yeah.
Shardt is very intelligent, like, and he knowing something like, he like, bro, that shit hot right now. They just chill, bro. Like, just chill, bro. Like, I know he's basically like, bad y'all nigga want to go do something, but you can't right now. He said it's impossible. He said it's impossible. He said, yeah, they gonna end up in jail too. He said because they watching. When you think they ain't watching, he said they own nigga ass, bro.
Yeah.
So you gotta chill, bro. Just tell Gang or tell Rose them to chill. You feel me? Tell Chad them to chill for a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They said nigga backstage, bro. Like just chill and just lay low. You feel me? Until it's time. You know what I'm saying? It's time for everything.
Yeah, nigga might need to lay low.
That's a lot of talking.
I lead about end of June. I'm finna say beginning of June, but shit, June about 30 days away.
Yeah, June about 30 days. We'll be all right. About a good. Nah, not too much. I get too much because when it be.
That's why I said. I said I was finna say June, but June just 30 days.
No, listen. I'm still coming around. I ain't
Shit, me too.
I'm just finna. I'm finna go listen. I'm finna stop.
Niggas gotta move. Niggas just gotta move better, bro. And start posting just like miscellaneous stuff.
Nigga gotta stop posting that YSL shit. Nigga can't post that YSL and
shit like that.
Yeah, but nigga know what's up. Everybody know what's up. I'm finna so I'm finna stop right here and grab this food stamp card, and I'm finna ride to my house. Then I'm pull up on your spot, bro. I'm pull up on you today, bro.
All right, so come on. All right, bro. If you come straight here, bro,
I'm bringing your ID today. That's why I just told you I'm finna go to the house and get your ID and come straight to you. All right.
Sheesh.
And did you ultimately
That's a lot of talking
in this case, Mr. Sumlin?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you.
It's almost over.
That's Exhibit 421 BV. You recognize Exhibit 421 BV?
Yes.
And is that a copy of your
Copy of the indictment on my plea.
The indictment.
The copy of the indictment.
And do you see your?
Yes, my charge.
And your signature.
Yes.
Sheesh.
Your Honor, the state would like to amendment 421 BV as a self-authenticated document, but Mr. Sumlin has recognized 421 BV as a certified copy of his conviction.
All right.
In 22 SC 183572.
All right, it is admitted, and ladies and gentlemen, at this point in time, I want to remind you that you've now just heard evidence that Mr. Sumlin pled guilty to some charge or charges in this indictment. And I'm going to caution you that the co-defendant Sumlin's guilty plea conviction itself is only admitted for a limited purpose. That guilty plea is an admission by this witness only that he committed the criminal act or acts to which he pled. You're not to consider this defendant's guilty plea as evidence that any other defendant is guilty of committing any of the criminal acts alleged against them in this indictment. And again, as I've told you before, each defendant is entitled to have the issue of his guilt determined solely on the basis of the evidence against him and not on whether another person has been convicted of any of the charges with which
all right, how far are we from cross? Okay,
is currently
almost
accused.
crossed.
And I have no further questions.
It's almost
All right.
cross.
Is there cross for this witness?
There is, John.
All right.
All right.
Go ahead.
So Weinstein is about to start cross-examination. If I wanted to say I'm kind of critical of Weinstein, but you will definitely, I want you to compare their styles. Weinstein does not know how to cross-examine, but I don't think it is actually critical for his client, but the client, because this is a joint trial, the client, who's this? Yak definitely benefits from Shardt's, what is this? His cross-examination. But Weinstein does not know how to cross-examine. That man does not know how to cross-examine. Sure enough, he has been an attorney for a significant amount of time, but he has not mastered cross-examination. All right, come on. And it's only going to last 2 minutes, I believe. Maybe 4. Pay attention.
Good afternoon, Mr. Sumlin. My name is Doug Weinstein. I represent Diamante Kendrick. I believe you said earlier you know him as Yak Gotti, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm just going to refer to him as Yak Gotti when I talk about him.
Yes.
Okay. There was some discussion earlier about a phone call
Somebody said he just blew up the fans case.
between you and Polo, Mr. Dorsey. You remember that conversation?
Yes, sir.
And you were saying that you just kind of say, when someone asks you to do something about this particular issue, you just say yes, yes, yes.
Yes, sir.
Why do you just say yes, yes, yes?
Okay. The question is, why do you just say yes, yes, yes? Weinstein does not know how to cross-examine. This is a very basic rule that law students are taught. This is like law of evidence 101. They teach you this before you graduate. You don't ask a witness why, especially not on cross-examination. I'll let Obama answer, and then I'll pause again as to what could have been a better question.
Man,
I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
I was just having idle conversation. Like I never took the next step there.
So sometimes when you're having a phone call
Yes.
between someone in jail, someone not in the jail,
Cross.
Yes.
you'll just say whatever, yes, 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 just to get off the phone. Is that right?
Yes.
Just to have idle conversation.
That's what he should have led with, because he asked the witness why, and obviously he's asking a question that he does not even know what the answer is going to be. And it's cross-examination. He has a lot of leeway. He should have taken advantage of that and asked him a leading question, a direct question, a question that supports his defense of his client. But this man cannot cross-examine. Does
And
not
move
know
on.
how to.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's talk about this plea that you took for a minute.
And these folks out here in the comments encouraging Weinstein, they're not attorneys. That's why they were commenting during work hours. This man does not know how to cross-examine. I've watched him. This is not the only cross-examination. What I've observed is that if Shardt goes first, then he pretty much just bites Shardt's sound, because he just pretty much mimics whatever it is that Shardt he mimics the questions. He asks the exact same questions. But when Weinstein has to lead, when he has to cross-examine first, he has no idea how to do it. So he needs Shardt to basically lead in order for him to, bite off his style.
That plea that you took, it required you to stay away from the other defendants in this case. You recall that?
Yes.
So you can't have contact with any other defendants that were in the same indictment as you, correct?
Correct.
Now, You're accused in this indictment of trying to harm Rayshawn Bennett, YFN Lucci, correct?
Yes, sir.
And you're also accused of this indictment of trying to harm Harold Clements, correct?
Yes, sir.
Are you required to stay away from them in this plea deal that you took?
I mean,
Or let me take that back.
Yeah.
Would you be surprised?
Sir, this man does not know how to cross-examine. He has zero idea on how to effectively cross-examine.
If I can have you look at it if you'd like. Would you be surprised that you're not required to stay away from them?
I wouldn't be surprised. Like, I wouldn't be surprised.
Like, what is the point? He's asking questions for the sake of asking questions, but he's not making a point. Let me put it this way. The way that Weinstein cross-examines is kind of similar to how Hilton directs sometimes, because Hilton hardly ever connects the dots. There's a witness that testified earlier today. Let me see if I can find, oh, my handwriting is not too good. There was a witness, I'll have to see where. Anyways, there's a witness that testified earlier. I believe it was, no, that witness is actually going to testify after Obama. Or was it the redirect? I don't know. She does not know how to connect the dots on direct, and Weinstein definitely does not know how to connect dots on cross-examination. They're very bad questioners.
Given that you took a plea deal and that you're accused of trying to harm those two individuals, were you surprised that they didn't require you to stay away from them?
Objection, relevant, Your Honor.
Sustained.
Yeah, like, what
All
question?
right, I've got no further questions for you.
All right.
And then he gives up. And then he gives up. Not a single question that he asked this witness landed. Like, none, nothing. There was no landing. There was no punchline. There was nothing. He does not know how to cross-examine. I don't know. Actually, when Shardt gets up here, I need to find out if what Doug Weinstein did prior to this, because this man does not know how to cross-examine. Does not know how to cross-examine. And then he just gives up. Why did you get up there then? And that leads me to believe, obviously, the state has just been trying this thing on the fly. That's why I wouldn't say that they suppressed evidence, but they've been very late with turning evidence over. And the rules in Georgia probably very different from my jurisdiction, but that's evidence that probably should have been kept out, according to me. In any event, I also strongly believe that Doug, to me, at least from my perspective, he just does not seem prepared.
Mr. Shardt, any questions?
Yes.
Go ahead.
All right. So observe the way that Shardt approaches this witness, the types of questions he's asking, and the responses that he's eliciting. I mean, he did have actually one terrible question. But other than that, he's a brilliant cross-examiner. As for Doug, I don't know. I don't know if he's asleep. I don't know if he's not prepared, or maybe he's just not effective at cross-examination.
Mr. Sumlin, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
We've never spoken before, have we?
Never.
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 Okay. Well, my name is Max Shardt. I represent Shannon Stillwell. Okay. And the first thing that interested me, you said that you have known Shannon for 20 to 25 years.
Yes, sir.
You see how he just makes the witness the witness has kind of calmed down now, because he was shaking like crazy. But the types of questions he asks, he draws the witness into him, makes them feel comfortable, and he's not necessarily attacking. I mean, I'm not saying that Weinstein was attacking Weinstein. I don't know what on earth Weinstein does. I don't know how he does not know how to cross-examine. He looks old enough. He looks like he's tried. That's the other thing. There's a lot of plea dealing. So maybe he's not actually, maybe he's not actually tried a lot of cases. but he just does not know how to cross-examine.
Okay. I know you said you were born on Cleveland Avenue. Is that
Yes,
correct?
yes.
Okay. At some point, did you move in your childhood?
No, I never had no brothers, so I went to school.
See, he's asking this witness questions that's pretty much reeling. he's using a fishing pole and just literally reeling this guy. He's reeling him in.
In Thomasville, in the Four Seasons area, with my cousin.
Okay. So you went to school in Thomasville in Four Seasons.
Yes, I went to Thomasville Elementary and I went to Price Elementary. I mean, Price Middle.
So casual.
Okay. In Thomasville, that's it. Those are in the Thomasville Heights community, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And that's where.
And while I'm at it, these prosecutors would have gotten very far. I mean, with, what is this? The experts and people in law enforcement. Those are not they're typically not problematic witnesses. Vivaretta, whatever her name is, I cannot wait for her to testify. She might be the last witness. I cannot wait for her to testify because, I don't know, it might be a little shaky there. But the one thing that the prosecution here, especially Love and Hilton, could have done better in order to be more effective during direct, they should have taken on a much lighter approach, especially with witnesses that are co-defendants. They went in when they were directing the testimonies. They were, I wouldn't say, I mean, the witnesses were hostile, but that said, had the prosecutors taken a softer approach, appeared friendly to the witnesses, they would have gotten a lot more done. They would have built a stronger case. I'll let Shardt talk. I'm not positive.
Yes, sir.
Bruce, going to school, and we're talking about elementary school. Right?
Yes, sir.
You met him in elementary school in the Thomasville Heights neighborhood, which is separate from Cleveland Avenue.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and you've known Shannon for some time.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do you know Shannon's grandmother, Miss Betty?
No, I can't say I know his.
Okay. Did you know him to be raised by his grandmother? Do you know that?
I didn't have personal. I never, we just see each other outside like little kids. Like I never asked him about.
Okay, fair enough. So you never been to his house, and he's never been
know.
to your house or anything like that. You just knew.
Yeah, I just know.
Okay. Have you ever tried to rap?
All right, so I have a bit of information on Doug here, and the information pretty much confirms what I suspected. I mean, the picture that he has on the website. Actually, let's I'm using my phone, but no, let's let the cross-examination finish, and then I'll give my comments on Doug's experience as an attorney.
Cool.
Okay. And as growing up, as part of your friendship with Mr. Williams.
Yes.
Okay. Friendship with. Do you have a friendship with Mr. Kendrick? Is that fair to say?
I mean, we cordial. We speak.
Okay. Do you know other hip hop artists besides those two?
Someone from the area, or just?
I like the way that Shardt is characterizing his client as well as Yak. He's calling them artists, okay? Nothing else, artists, because again, that is going to drive. He's going to drive his point home in a little bit. But just look at the difference in the questions that these two attorneys ask. Every question that Shardt is asking is building. He's basically building onto, his client's defense. As for Weinstein, I have no idea what Weinstein's doing. I have no idea how he doesn't know how to cross-examine, but it is, I don't know, it's tragic.
Atlanta. Do you know Winnie Lee?
What's his real name? I mean, what's his slime? I mean, what's his
Slime Life Shorty?
Yeah.
So you know Miss Slime Life Shorty?
Yes.
Okay. Have you been to studios before?
Yes.
Have you seen people making music?
Yes.
Do you follow music?
Yes.
Do you listen avidly to hip hop?
This is how you cross-examine. Yes, no responses.
Yes.
Rap.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do you know about drill music?
Yes.
Okay. Is drill music present in Atlanta?
Now?
Yes.
Yes, right now. That's what I was saying. Now it is.
Now it is. It's popular in Atlanta, correct?
Yes.
Drill music is very violent.
Yes.
Common threads of drill music. Ops. People talk about ops a lot.
Yes.
And that's the opposition.
Yes.
Now, when I say people talk about ops a lot, I'm not talking about YSL or YFN. Okay, I'm talking about drill music throughout the country and throughout Atlanta and throughout the country.
Yes.
They all talk about ops, don't they?
Yes.
Okay, red lights. Red lights. Stopping at red lights.
Oh, yeah.
Is that a common theme of drill music?
Yes.
Throughout the country, not just in Atlanta.
Yes.
Not just YSL.
No.
Not just YFN.
No.
Okay. What about glizzies? What's a glizzy?
He's on top.
A gun. Is that a common theme, a common term used in drill music?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Okay. Not just YSL.
No.
Not just Atlanta.
No.
Not just YFN.
No.
Okay. How many people?
You see how he started off? Started talking about, asking the witness about his, I guess, adoration for hip hop in general, and then he slowly builds onto it. I don't know what Weinstein has been doing, but he needs to start learning. He needs to catch up.
That you grew up with, would you say very?
And that's what I mean. Some folks have said that, or at least while who's this? Jeffrey was still on trial. Folks have kind of praised Steele as probably the most impressive attorney in this trial, and I've always disagreed because even Steele does not cross-examine the way that Shardt does. Shardt is very skilled.
If you or a whole lot want to become rappers?
A lot. A lot.
Okay. How many people actually make it to the point that they're making money?
Only a handful.
A very small percentage?
Yes.
Okay, but that doesn't stop people from trying, does it?
Oh, sir.
Okay, and when you've seen your friends say Slime Life Shorty, you know Shannon the rap, don't you?
Yes.
You know him to try to make it.
Yes.
You know him to make songs that have ops in it, correct?
I mean, I know some of his songs. I can't just think
Okay,
of that.
that's fair. I don't. If you don't know, you don't know. Okay, you know Shannon been trying to make it in rap.
Yes.
Going to the studio, working on his craft, promoting himself, correct?
Yes.
Putting songs on YouTube.
Yes.
Much like many other people that you've seen growing up. Okay. In your observation, all these people that are trying to make it for these very few spots at the top, is there a competition?
What you mean by that? Like, what you mean? Like, if somebody trying to be better than them?
Yeah.
That's I can say it's a competition.
In these songs, is there a competition about who's the baddest, the toughest, the most violent?
Yes.
Who does the most on the street?
Yes.
Who's to be feared?
Yes.
Who has the biggest guns?
Yes.
Who's got the most bodies? You've heard that in songs, right?
Yes.
Okay, not just in Atlanta.
No. Worldwide.
Worldwide. Even in London, right?
Good question.
Okay.
That man has never been to London.
Drill music in London. Okay. All right. So these are common themes, and that's part of the competition, is what you're saying.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And you've witnessed that firsthand.
Yes.
With people you grew up with.
Yes, sir.
Okay. from observing the people that you grew up with make these boasts in their songs, are those boasts, the things that people claim they did, are those always true to your knowledge?
Sustained.
If people killed as much as they claim they do in songs, would the streets of Atlanta, the streets of this world, just be depleting of population at this point? Would there be dead bodies everywhere if everyone was really doing what they were saying?
Sustained.
I'll move on. Let's talk about your involvement in this case, Mr. Sumlin. You're out, right?
Yes.
Okay. And you're happy to be out.
Of course.
Okay. For you. Originally, you were charged with 2 conspiracies, one to murder Harold Clements with Cordarius Dorsey, one to murder, or to murder Rashawn Bennett, and you're allegedly conspired with Christian Eppinger, and then you're charged with gang activity based on the conspiracy with Christian Eppinger, and you were charged with conspiracy, I already said it, to commit murder with Mr. Dorsey, and in the RICO case, the RICO count. I was very inartful there, but it's 4 counts, RICO, 2 conspiracies, and a gang count, correct?
Yes.
All right. Do you remember what day you were arrested on this case, on this indictment?
May the 11th.
That's something you'd remember.
On May 11th of
22.
Okay, May 11th, 2022. And that's when they came to the house and took those pictures?
Yes.
Okay. At some point, you were able to, you were represented by an attorney?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And you and your attorney moved for bond?
Yes.
All right. And bond is when, after you're arrested, you're able to pay money and be released while the case is pending, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And when you moved for bond, the bond hearing was heard by Judge Glanville, correct?
Glanville has come up a lot.
Yes.
Okay. And at that bond hearing, the prosecutors were at their table, correct?
Objection.
Yes.
And at that bond hearing,
Well, I'm going to object to this line of questioning being relevant to the bond.
I'm inclined to sustain that. If you want to approach and discuss
I can
this, we can
approach.
do that. Why don't we take our afternoon break anyway? And Mr. Sumlin, you are free to step out if you want to.
All right, Jerry.
All right, so we're gonna fast forward a little bit. Let's fast forward a little bit. Is he still on the stand? Yep. I don't want to go too far, but this should be good.
sir, of 2017?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. And you and Mr. Dorsey were in custody on that day when
Yes,
you
sir.
met him, correct?
Yes, it was in prison.
So that call, Mr. Dorsey called you. You did not call Mr. Dorsey.
Right.
And Mr. Dorsey was in jail and you were not in jail.
Right.
Okay. And he called you about bringing some harm to a person named Mr. Harold Clements. Is that fair to say?
Yes.
Okay. Did you have any problem with Harold Clements?
I didn't even know Harold Clemens.
Could you speak up just?
I didn't even know Harold Clemens.
Okay.
Mhm.
And did you said that Mr. Dorsey gave you some instructions?
Right.
And is it fair to say, is this fair recapping your testimony that you hung up the phone and moved on with your life?
Right.
Okay, you did not act on what Mr. Dorsey was asking you to do.
Right.
Okay. And then you had
He's really
another
good.
call from Mr. Eppinger.
Right.
Mr. Eppinger was calling about, the state was saying permission. Wasn't Mr. Eppinger really looking for payment? Isn't that what it was? It wasn't permission, it was payment.
Yes.
Okay. And Mr. Eppinger, and I know you said alleged, we'll say alleged, but he was accused of doing something really crazy and idiotic. He was accused of shooting an officer who was trying to arrest him.
And this is what I keep saying about Shardt. He is really respectful because usually, okay, but he's a criminal defense attorney. Criminal defense attorneys and public defenders are not the same in the sense of usually public defenders are more so against the system, and criminal defense attorneys, they're, really making money more than anything. But he's still respectful in the sense that he recognizes and he wants the jury to understand that it is not acceptable for a suspect or somebody that, is suspected of committing a crime to shoot a police officer. So that's what I like, or that's what makes Max so likable.
Right?
Yes.
Okay. Do you know of and this officer, to your knowledge, if you know, this officer was trying to arrest him on a separate warrant, and that's when Mr. Eppinger shot the officer?
I think that was the situation.
Okay. And then Mr. Eppinger, after shooting the officer, ran away from the officer. So to at least prolong before he got arrested.
Yes.
Okay. Do you know of anyone in this case, Mr. Stillwell, Mr. Kendrick, anyone on the indictment other than Mr. Eppinger? Did you ever hear of anyone encouraging Mr. Eppinger to shoot that officer?
No, sir.
Are you still nervous?
So Mr. Eppinger calls you, and he's in jail now for shooting the officer and for the case that the officer was trying to arrest him for, correct?
Yes.
And then he starts asking you how much money he could get because he needed to hire a lawyer.
Yes.
Is that what he said to you?
Yes, I think he said. I think he said it in the call.
Okay, and from the call, he told you that he was locked up with Lucci, right?
Yes.
And at first, when he gave you that information, you didn't even put two and two together why he was even telling you that.
Right.
No. No.
Okay. In fact, you said, find out what I can get, and then you said, for what? Was that on the call?
Yes.
This guy's too good.
And then you asked him, what do you need me?
These very questions that Shardt is asking, they are not specific. They're not specific to or exclusive. I think that's the word. They are not exclusive to Shannon. These questions, if Weinstein actually knew how to cross-examine, these are questions that he would have asked this witness. But, yeah, he's kind of old.
Right.
I don't know that he'll learn how
The
to
truth is, you looked at
cross-examine this late.
Mr. Eppinger as like a child that got himself into a very bad situation.
Correct.
His own doing.
His own doing.
And you hung up that phone and you didn't act on it anymore.
No.
Okay. So on December 22nd of 2022, you pled guilty.
Yes.
Okay. And before pleading guilty, you were still in jail. You pled guilty from jail, essentially.
Yes.
Okay. The plea took place in the courthouse, but you were brought over from the jail. You were not free on December 22nd of 2022.
So it's challenging the
No, sir.
voluntary nature
And
of the plea.
part of pleading guilty to what you pled guilty to was a condition was you had to sign this form, correct?
Yes.
All right. And you did not write this form.
No, sir.
You were given an opportunity. Were you given an opportunity to review this form with your lawyer?
Yes, sir.
Okay, but you did not write this form.
No, sir.
And the letterhead on it is the Fulton County District Attorney's Office, correct?
Yes, sir.
After agreeing to what was written on this form and entering your guilty plea on December 22nd, 2022, you were allowed to go home, correct?
I went to Clayton County.
Oh, you had a hold in Clayton County.
Yeah.
You were released on this case. And
Right.
then you were transferred to Clayton County.
Yes.
And then since you've resolved your situation in Clayton County.
Yes.
All right, great. Thank you so much.
Presto.
Ms. Weinstein, anything? Redirect.
That's really good.
Okay.
I think so on direct examination that there were people claiming to have killed your friends, Mr. McMillan and Mr. Ford. Do you remember saying that?
Yeah, I said they were trolling on Instagram.
Trolling. Do you know if Lucci was affiliated with the people who were trolling on Instagram?
My personal knowledge, no, my personal knowledge, like when you ask that, what you mean? Like, what you mean?
The individuals who were trolling, were they associated with YFN?
Yes.
And is Lucci associated with YFN?
Yes.
Have you ever heard the term dry snitching?
Dry snitch. Yeah, I heard it.
How have you heard that term?
I mean, I heard the term before. I can't even explain how I heard it. I can't.
What is your understanding of what the term means?
I can't say. But I heard the term before, but I can't just say what it means.
Okay. Back in 2022, after you were arrested on this case, did you learn that your phone number, there was a search warrant for your phone number and there was a wire on your phone, a wiretap on your phone number?
Yes, man, I learned that yes.
And at the time, did your phone number end in 8711?
Probably did.
Okay. Course indulgence. Nothing further on.
And this is what I mean by Hilton does not always connect the dots. I guess this case it's not really, or in this instance, it's more redirect than direct. But she, like Weinstein, they do not connect the dots.
Sir, you were just asked about people trolling on Instagram after the Christian McMillan, Darius Ford double homicide.
Right.
Okay. And that was in March of 2022, correct?
Yes, I was locked up.
All right. The truth is, there were a whole lot of people trolling about that death, correct?
Right.
There was a whole lot of people claiming responsibility for Mr. McMillan and Mr. Ford's bodies, correct?
Yes, sir, it was.
People from YFN were on Instagram claiming their bodies, claiming responsibility, correct?
Yes.
People from PFK were on Instagram claiming responsibility for those same killings, correct?
Yes.
Members of the Henchmen.
Yes.
Henchmen is another rap collective on the east side of Atlanta, correct?
Yes, sir.
People that were members of the Henchmen were also claiming responsibility for Mr. McMillan and Mr. Ford's deaths, correct?
Yeah, it was a lot of people trolling about their death.
Okay, so there was at least 3 different groups and multiple people within these groups who were all claiming responsibility for the same deaths, correct?
Yes.
And they were doing it publicly, right?
Yes.
So the world could see.
Yes.
And all three of these groups are involved with rap music, correct?
It still goes back to the music.
With drill music,
Yes.
correct?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. No further questions.
All right. Mr. Sumlin, you are excused.
Presto,
Call your
presto,
next witness.
presto.
Your Honor, the state
Shardt is really, really
calls
good.
Gerald Walsh to the stand.
Shardt is really good. Who was Walsh again?
Police agent, my job was to
Yeah. So what I want to do, as I said, I'm quickly gonna go over here. Let's quickly go to what's his name? Doug's. We're gonna go to his bio. Let's go to his bio, and this will explain. I'll make a point here. All right. Am I sharing the right screen? Yes, I am. Look at the younger and handsome version of Doug Weinstein. Okay. So, as I've always said, I used to be a prosecutor. After that, I was a public defender, but now I no longer do anything to I no longer practice criminal law. I do civil litigation. So here, Doug Weinstein. If you look at his bio, okay, he graduated, blah, 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 very good. But most of his experience, he litigated. There's a difference. Litigation is not necessarily trial work, but he litigated for almost 25 years in federal and state court with the top law firms in the country. That is nice. That is impressive. But this experience does not translate over to a criminal court, and that's why it's obvious. That's why I wanted to see what type of work experience he has, because it's very obvious that he does not know how to cross-examine. What I do right now, it's litigation. You rarely ever go to court. That's once in a while. You sit in an office, you push paper most of the time. So it's very obvious that this man has no trial experience. And then he said he has more recently turned his attention to criminal law, where he can apply his litigation experience in serving clients of our firm. Litigation is not trial, okay? So I thought it's not catchy. It's actually a little concerning. They said, no criminal record, no jail time. So my reading of that is that if you hire this person, you're only getting off if you don't have a criminal record. If you have a criminal record, there's nothing he can do for you. I thought that was interesting. So let me stop sharing that page, and we're just going to compare this to, let's compare this to Shardt just a little bit so that you can see the difference, okay? Let's go over to Shardt. Where is he? Where is he? Oh, there we go. All right, so if we go to Max over here, you can definitely tell just by watching this man, by watching him in court, watching him cross-examine, you can tell that he is experienced in this area of the law. So you can tell 17 years of experience defending accused individuals. That's what he has primarily done for 17 years, representing people accused of committing crimes. And then obviously, everything that, or at least a little forecast of the type of work that he has done. So he has extensive experience in challenging stops, searches, and seizures on Fourth Amendment grounds, and he's very familiar with the applicable case law concerning these issues, probation and homicide. Very important, because that's kind of part what this trial is about. But you can tell, and then he has, some rep cases out here. You can see the type of work that he has done. But it's always been very clear to me from the beginning of this trial that Max has a lot of experience, and it shows. Whereas Weinstein, he's not used to this type of work. As and I'm not, saying this to, defecate on the guy. I actually do have a lot more trial experience than most attorneys that I've met. That can be a story time for another day. But you can tell that Weinstein has no real courtroom experience. Whereas for Shardt, he does that almost, I wouldn't say every day, but you can just tell the difference. And again, I do litigation right now. It's not as we just push paper. That's really it. Well, okay. All right. Thank you for watching. I'm ending the live stream. I'll be back tomorrow, 9:30 p.m. Eastern time.